Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Pajama party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night at the Pajama Party. This is the night of the big snowstorm. Everybody's on, huckled down, in where they want to be.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Or maybe they got stuck. Or maybe they got stuck where they are.
I'm snuggled up.
Yeah, well, you know, some people are where they want to be in the snowstorm, and then, you know, when they get done their business, they figuring how the hell am I going to get home? Because I done did my thing. I'm ready to get up out of here.
You know, some of us had to go to work.
It was pretty when it started. But, you know, time to leave. There's 12 inches of snow, and I'm stuck.
Yep.
There you go. Anyway, this is a late-night adult talk show. I'm Poppa DD, one of your hosts. I'm here with Ketel, who's calling us via telephone because she couldn't make it in.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And we're here. So anyway, Ketel, what's the rundown for tonight? Can you give us a little?
Right into it, Pop?
Well, you know, if you want to talk a little more, we can, you know, we can shoot the breeze.
And how you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm good. What's on the rundown? I got the rundown. But we got a lot to talk about, so we'll get right into it. All right, French guy. Our hot topics tonight: lack of diversity in the Oscars. The KKK used Martin Luther King Day to recruit members. Also, employees suspended over Flint-led problem. J.P. Morgan raises executive pay to $27 million. Really? Also, a hit it and quit it headline. Google paid Apple $1 billion. Yes, I said billion for search bar on iPhone. Also, victims of ex-Oklahoma officer say lives change forever. What's popping with Poppa DD? 3 heads not fitting in. Okay. Weird news. The nudists want to use the gym. And the scientists found a new dinosaur. That should be interesting. I'm just saying, with Redwine, chasing the new shiny ball. Living for the city with Poppa DD, Sherry Shepherd, Sarah Palin, and so on. My Hollywood wrap-up, cocktail of the week, which is the Captain Cavazier, the Kiss It list, and also the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and snuggle up, and we'll be right back.
So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party, and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee!
I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorites was the, what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the cocktail of the week and sip along with us.
Are there instructions there too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass?
This is a boomerang.
Well, I got a kinky read over here.
And I got the ABS.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week. Cheers!
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Ketel, are you out there, Ketel?
Yay.
Hey, Ketel had to call in because she's stuck behind the scenes. You're in the D.C. area, right, Ketel?
Yes, I am. We're in state of emergency. They're calling out the National Guard and some more stuff.
Okay. For you or for the snow?
There you go, Papa.
All right, I'm here with Ketel and Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And like I said, if you tune us in for the first time, we are a nighttime adult talk show, and we talk about everything that's anything. And we the rules is there are no rules. Go ahead, Ketel. You got something to say there?
No, You got it, Papa.
Okay.
You got it.
I thought I heard you breathing. Anyway, the preferred dress code is pajamas. I'm actually sitting here in my drawers, but that's just me.
Ooh, that is TMI.
Let's see. Our first hot topic, Ketel. You want to, or who? Let me see.
No, I got
I'll
this
tell you
one.
what. Yeah, Redwine.
Oh, I'm taking this one.
All right, Redwine. She's our resident
no, because this
militant.
one, yeah. This one's got me fired up.
Okay.
Talking about this whole thing with the ongoing Oscar debate.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody saw Jada Pinkett Smith's video that she released on her Facebook page this week, but she released it on Monday on Dr. King's, the celebration of Dr. King's birthday, basically saying that because of the lack of diversity in the Oscar nominating process, that she has decided to boycott the event. And, of course, that has now kicked off a firestorm of all kinds of stuff. But it did get the conversation going. And there's a whole lot of other people that are now kind of throwing their hat in the ring. So, matter of fact, you know what? Let's listen to what Jada had to say, and then we'll talk about it.
Hi, today is Martin Luther King's birthday. And I can't help but ask the question, is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed, that we no longer need to ask to be invited anywhere? I ask the question, have we now come to a new time and place where we recognize that we can no longer beg for the love, acknowledgement, or respect of any group? That maybe it's time that we recognize that if we love and respect and acknowledge ourselves in the way in which we are asking others to do, that is the place of true power. I'm simply asking the question. Here's what I believe. The Academy has the right to acknowledge whomever they choose, to invite whomever they choose. And now I think that it's our responsibility now to make the change. Maybe it is time that we pull back our resources and we put them back into our communities, into our programs, and we make programs for ourselves that acknowledge us in ways that we see fit, that are just as good as the so-called mainstream ones. I don't know. Here's what I do know. Begging for acknowledgement or even asking diminishes dignity and diminishes power. And we are a dignified people, and we are powerful, and let's not forget it. So, let's let the Academy do them with all grace and love, and let's do us differently. I got nothing but love. Hey, Chris, I will not be at the Academy Awards, and I won't be watching. But I can't think of a better man to do the job at hand this year than you, my friend. Good luck. And to the rest of you, nothing but love, always.
Okay. Yeah, that was Jada Pinkett Smith there. We're also I came in before Redwine just to say that we're going to open up discussions on these particular topics, because this topic cannot go just as a story, because it's just too deep. I personally think that just to start things off, we'll get back with the story with Redwine. Just to start things off, I really personally think that she should have did it on the 15th of January, which was his birthday. You know what I mean? The day he came out of his mammy's womb. Okay,
instead of Monday.
Instead of Monday, because Monday is the day that, after we fought like hell to get the holiday, and then we got to go on the Monday that's good for the calendar. The calendar is designed based on events throughout the year where we can fit it in. You don't put the Super Bowl next to the NBA Finals. So calendar days are set up based on events going on or what have you. But that's just a small thing. But Redwine, go ahead, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, that's a good point. But either way, there has been a lot of comments after she put that video online. You had people saying she's just bitter because her husband, Will Smith, did not get nominated for his recent film, Concussion. There are those who said, well, she's just upset because of, other reasons, I guess. And then there are those who felt like they were completely, going along with her, saying, right on, you said the right thing, we're behind you. But Janet Hubert, and that's the actress who played Will Smith's aunt on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air back in the day. She decided to get online and post a video in response to Jada, and I'm not going to play her video, but basically she had a lot to say, but mostly she said that Will and Jada, you are not the Obamas, and there's a lot more important issues in the world other than whether or not Will Smith gets an Oscar, the way she said it, an Oscar. And then she went on to bring up about the failed contract negotiations back in the Fresh Prince days, when she wanted Will to, get behind her, when she wanted to request more money. And Will didn't want to do that because he had already worked out his contract. He was good with his deal. He didn't want to throw his hat in with her, and she ended up not getting what she wanted, and she ended up leaving the show. And she has been a little salty about that for over 25 years. So instead of her just focusing on the issue at hand, which is the lack of diversity in Hollywood, she started out basically jumping on Jada, in my opinion, saying, she also said, does your man not have a mouth? Can he not speak for himself? Do you have to speak for him? And, all this kind of stuff. I think she just got real personal about it because of her history with Will, which really had, to me, nothing to do with the issue at hand. And there's been a lot of other people who made some comments. Several other actors made some comments, like Spike Lee, Idris Elba. Even George Clooney made a statement and said he could completely see the point. He thinks that Hollywood is on the wrong path if they don't make a change. So now Whoopi Goldberg had a slightly different point of view. She was on The View, and, of course, her show, and she said, amongst a lot of things she said that the problem she has with it is that the only time that we look at this problem is when it's Oscar time, but that this is a problem that goes on year-round, and she feels that boycotting the Oscars doesn't solve anything, and that it's a slap in the face to Chris Rock, who's hosting the Oscars this year. So she said she is not going to boycott the Oscar, but she said if you want to boycott something, what we need to do is boycott the movies that don't represent or include us. I think that was a good point as well.
Right.
So there's a lot of good points being made.
You think that was a good point?
I think it's a good point because I said that before. We talked about this last week.
But we're not even going to see the movies that are being nominated for Oscars.
No, it's not just the nominated movies. We're talking about the movies in general.
All right, well, let's just talk about some movies that have been nominated and won Oscars through the years with all these weird titles like the the onion or
the piano,
or the significant bunny. Or,
hey,
you know, and they always
the piano,
got like
call in right now and tell us.
These winners of movie of the year always have like weird eccentric names, like the Interlocking. The Interlocking took home 9 Oscars tonight. I've never even seen it. Most people haven't even seen it. Have you seen it? I haven't seen it. Nope. And if it's that good, hell, the whole world should have seen it. Like they've seen Star Wars. So Whoopi, first of all, you got to consider the source on that. I'm not going to Whoopi bash, but maybe I will. Okay? Now, she's sitting on what, 2, 3 Oscars?
Yeah.
All right? So she's in bed with them with koozie stuff running out of her legs. She's so in bed with the Oscar people. Okay? She got 2 or 3 Oscars already. So she's in. She's into the parties. She's into the list. She's into everything that goes on with the Oscars. When you win an Oscar, you're on the mailing list of everything they do, and she don't want to lose that position.
Well, that makes sense. What about the Stacey Dash, the former Clueless star? She said people need to make up their minds between segregation and integration. And if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards. Really? Is she black, or is she white, or is she on the fence? What's the deal with her?
First of all,
she's clueless.
When do we normally see Stacey Dash? She walks around with her pretty brown skin, her big old smile, but we don't ever see her at any kind of rallies or anything that has to do with anything. You know, she's doing what she does, you know. She's being mold and controlled. Look at your boy LL Cool J. He's nestled into the Grammy, so he's just Mr. Lick My Lips and wear a Kangol hat and whatever and keep it moving.
But he looks good.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. You see, people look for the extension of the person when you look at the person. I don't care if he's walking out with his ding-a-ling hanging out. That don't mean nothing. His views on what he stands for is what he's made of.
But he looks good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So does Stacey Dash.
Well.
Okay, I wouldn't walk out of the bedroom.
But I haven't heard LL come out of his mouth with a bunch of crazy stuff.
He's not talking about anything because he has a contract with the Grammys.
I'm just saying, Stacey, go ahead, Ketel.
But she also goes on to say she wrote the BET lies to American blacks by telling them the rest of America's racist. And they're absolutely mortified that someone like me, an independent thinking, are you really, black woman, dares call their bluff. Then BET is like, give us our check back because she used to be on the game, remember?
Oh, yeah, she sure was.
Yeah, they want their check back. Simple as that. We done paid you XYZ, and you talking trash about us? Really, lady?
Well, didn't she also make a comment to say that she didn't see the need of Black History Month?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's all, you know.
But you know what? I did hear something about
we're all Americans. Why do we need it? She said if there's no White History Month. Well, she said if there's no White History Month, why should there be a Black History Month?
Ain't so crazy.
But see, what she's missing is that there is an Asian Pacific Islander History Month. There is a Hispanic History Month. There is a Black History Month. I don't know if anybody else has one, but there are a lot of different ethnicities who have a month that acknowledges their history and their contributions to this country. And she also made another erroneous comment where she said that the BET and the NAACP Image Awards only give awards and nominations to people that are black. That is a lie. Sam Smith has gotten awards. I think it's some other people that were non-people of color who have received those awards.
Hold up, but that is what that award stands for in the beginning. Okay.
But I'm talking about people who have received awards, who have been nominated or received it. I'm only talking about her comment. She said you have to be black in order to get those awards.
Well, maybe you do.
Only for black people.
Okay.
And I'm saying that's
that's what. Well, even if it is true, that's what that particular program represents.
But it's not true. It's not a true statement.
NAACP Awards. Okay, what is NAACP?
That is an award show put together by the NAACP. That's what it means.
All right, well, if the name's in the title, then the chances are black folks are going to be included.
Of course, they're included, but they're not excluding anybody.
But why would you even go there like that? Why would she even go there?
Because she's a moron.
No, of course. Well, we know that.
That's why.
We know that.
The woman is a moron.
And like you said, but she's pretty.
Oh, she's pretty, but she's pretty stupid.
Oh, and LL Cool J
is cool. Fine, but Stacey Dash is
no, they both
idiot.
in the same boat. They both full of crap, and they both on the kissing list. We're going to start the kissing list off, first of all, with LL Cool J. And what's her name? Stacey
Dash. Put her on there twice.
And what's that guy's name? Waka Flocka?
Oh, who said he was going to run for president?
He agrees with her wholeheartedly.
Waka Flocka?
Obviously he wants to tap that ass.
Oh, my gosh.
He's got a motive, too. Everybody got a motive. It's so sad that, and just while we're on that particular subject, this is not one of our topics at all, but let's talk about that movie for a minute, 50 Shades of Black.
Oh, boy.
Now, that movie to me looks pretty buffoon, okay? I don't mean no disrespect, but maybe I do. That movie, again, to me looks pretty buffooned, okay? Now, there are 50 Shades of Black, and that's why we're having problems like we are now, because nobody can agree on anything because everybody's leading their life based on their agenda. So the struggle, as far as they're concerned, is over because they tap their little bank account and they Swiss bank accounts, and they set. They rolling. So therefore, they don't want to do anything to upset the
status quo.
The status quo. And that's a very strong thing. I mean, people of the other persuasion do it all the time. You hear people talking. I mean, give you an example. On The View today, for example, I was just watching that. And one of the ladies on The View, after they got done dissing the governor of Flint, which we'll get into later, one of the ladies on The View said, well, after all this here, when they checked his emails, there was no racial stuff in him, yada, yada, yada. So she defended him on the last minute just to keep her strong in that whatever avenue she's walking in. You know what I mean? So people got to understand the agenda is based on the paycheck, the perks, whoever's feeding you or clothing you or doing whatever. I mean, it's deep. But they all going to hell in the handbasket. So anyway, give us a call, 914-803-4306. You want to join in the conversation. And press 1. If you are listening by phone, press 1. We didn't mean to get fired up on this, but like I said, there's 50 Shades of Black out here these days. And, man, everybody between Whoopi and where's Oprah with all this? Now, here's one that came on TV. I haven't heard anything from her. Oprah came on TV 4 o'clock every day. Where are you now? We need to do a damn story on her. Where are you now? Don't she do Where Are You Now with everybody else?
Yes, girl alone. Leave my girl alone.
Where the hell is she? Your girl? Okay.
Don't bother my girl.
I'm ready to bitch slap her. Anyway.
Well, let me give you some statistics.
Where is she now?
Let me give you some statistics on the Oscars. The current status of the Academy that handles the voting and whatnot is 93% white, 77% male, and the average age is about 63. Now, in a recent vote, the president of the Oscars, Cheryl Boone Isaacs, who is a black woman, she said that, of course.
And her glasses, honey.
Yeah, and her glasses. She said we are going to make some changes, all of that kind of stuff. She's talking the right thing, so we'll see what happens. But she said that they're working to make all these changes and improve diversity by the year 2020. So really? I guess it's going to take them, what year is this? It's going to take them 4 years to get some more diversity in there.
In 4 years, she's going to be gone. That's what it is.
Her and her glasses, honey.
And they also, in a recent vote...
What's her name again?
Oh, Lord. Cheryl Boone Isaacs.
Cheryl?
Boone Isaacs. Also, in a recent vote, they've decided that the members of the Academy are no longer guaranteed to have voting privileges for life. That's why the same people that are old as dirt get to vote over and over every year because they stay in there for life.
I think a couple weeks ago I spoke on one of our shows concerning the baseball Hall of Fame writers.
Right.
Same scenario. These jokers is probably all white and all over 60 and all. Well, it follows a pattern if you dig what I mean.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
So when you have this group that's from this generation of this ethnicity, it's going to come out with the same results. I mean, you know,
it is.
I tell you, it's not rocket science.
No, it isn't.
Good people out there.
Well, I have one more opinion from another Academy Award nominee, a non-black woman. Her name is Charlotte Rampling. She said she doesn't buy into this whole notion that the Oscars are racist. She said, in fact, she thinks this whole conversation surrounding the lack of diversity is anti-white. She said that it is racist to whites.
And she's white.
She's white. She said one can never really know, but perhaps the black actors didn't deserve to make the final list.
Ooh.
Now, this woman was nominated in the Best Actress category for her role in some film called 45 Years.
That can fit, yeah. Have you seen
Have you heard of that?
I've never heard of it.
I've never even seen it.
And what about you, Ketel? You're the movie guru. Have you
I've
seen
never heard
45?
of her. I've never heard of her or the movie, so she is a nobody, so she don't count.
Okay. Well, she said she disagreed with the proposal that the Academy use some kind of quotas to encourage diversity. She said, why classify people? These days, everybody is more or less accepted, more or less.
Right.
People say, well, you know, he's too handsome or he's not handsome enough, he's too black or he's too white, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there should be lots of minorities everywhere.
So why is she talking like that?
I guess because she's too white.
No, because she's been nominated.
Exactly,
so
she's nominated
in the club,
for some film that I never heard of.
People are talking based on their motivation.
Exactly.
Nobody's just speaking just for the hell of it.
And that's what people were saying about Jada. They were saying you're only speaking up now because you're motivated, because now the issue is hit home. And my thing is, you know what? Whether it did or didn't, what she said, I agreed with. Now, whatever her motivation may have been, I don't care.
Whatever she said, at least she had the heart to get out there and say
exactly.
Something. Okay.
If what motivated her was her husband, Will, not being nominated, so be it. The conversation still needs to be had. Diversity needs to be in place. Hollywood needs to get it right.
And you know what, though? I'll say one more thing on Whoopi Goldberg, who's on the Kiss list, too. Whoopi, when they did not win for Color Purple, she was completely pissed. Because she knew that was one of her best performances.
Absolutely.
Okay? And when they had the gentleman who directed and backed it and everything. Steven Spielberg and everything like that, when they just knew they were a shoo-in. But then when they dissed them, because at the time when that movie came out, it didn't come out with no guns and whistles and bombs and things like that. And everybody else was coming on, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and everybody else was. That movie came on with the girls slapping hands in the fields.
Right.
So I guess the Academy was kind of bored with that. You know. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's interesting. And that's Whoopi's motivation. Where now she was pissed right there. So she's talking out both sides of her mouth. She really is.
Ketel, do you have any parting comments on that before we move on?
Yeah, we're going to move on. You got anything to say?
No. I'm just, I really listened to what Jada said, and she's just opened up the conversation for people to talk about it. I think the first year that, okay, blacks weren't included, okay, fine. Second year, okay, we need to say something because y'all going to, exclude us for the third time. It ain't going to be no charm. Nope. So it's best they did say something now, and, hey, got to keep it moving. But I'm glad she opened the dialogue. That's the key thing. She's opening the dialogue. People are talking about it. We're talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. So that's her main focus. That's what she wanted to do, and she accomplished that. So I commend her on that. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So if you guys got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Got to press 1. Yep. So what we got next? What you, Papa?
Yeah, it's me. We're gonna keep this going strong. There was some flyers being circulated recently around the Martin Luther King birthday. It was flyers that were looking to recruit new members into the KKK, better known as the Ku Klux Klan. They began circulating in a neighborhood of Mobile, Alabama. I've been through that town a couple of times.
Wow.
That's why I drive like hell when I go through there. And, their streets are really raggedy, too. because I was on Route 10, headed to New Orleans, and I got through one area, and you had to go through a little area of Mobile before you got up to Mississippi, and Mobile was raggedy. Oh, my God, it's crazy. Anyway, getting back to that. In Mobile, Alabama, the Klan was passing out flyers at the start of Martin Luther King weekend. Okay, the message was stuffed inside of sandwich bags, which was first reported by TV stations, WMPI, which compared the white supremacy hate group to civil rights organizations like the NAACP. Okay, their flyers said on it that the blacks have the NAACP, the Mexicans have La Raza. They said the Jews have JDL, and white people have the KKK.
They are crazy.
Okay. And they also wanted to wish a happy birthday to Dr. King. Wow, where'd that come from? Okay.
Something is wrong with these people.
Yeah. The station also reported that it was at least 50 protesters out there handing out flyers throughout downtown Mobile, Alabama. And they also gave them out in Selma, Alabama as well. And the flyer read as
Selma,
such.
really?
Yeah, they were all over the place.
That's so disrespectful.
And the flyer had a picture of Dr. King in the middle of it. It said, "Happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We also have a dream."
Oh, my goodness.
And like I said, on the bottom of the flyer, it said the blacks have NAACP, they have the Black Panthers, and they have Black Lives Matters. They said the Mexicans have La Rosa, the Jews have JDL, white people have the KKK, fighting for God, race, and one nation, one white nation. Okay? And at the bottom of it says, by order of the Loyal White Knights, and they have a 24/7 hotline. We won't get a number on that. And they got a website. We won't give a website on that. We ain't going to promote that.
Not at all.
Anyway, but the flyer has Dr. King's picture on it that says happy birthday. But they don't realize they done more promoting for other people's organization.
They crazy as
than
heck.
they did for themselves. So, anyway, it's very interesting. So, if you go through Mobile, Alabama, give us a call. 914-803-4306 if you want to comment on this or any other.
I can't believe
stuff.
they actually put Dr. King's picture on that flyer.
Yeah, nice picture.
And then did it on the day of his birth, the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
That is just like the height of disrespect.
Yeah, but it's a lot going on.
Wow.
But they promoted him pretty
Can
good.
you put them on the kiss it list, please?
Okay.
What was that? That was the Alabama Klan?
Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah. All you
Mobile.
Klan members down there in Mobile, you're on the kiss it list.
Well, we better not go through there no time soon.
No, I'm not trying to make that move.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
unbelievable.
You want to take a break? We're going to move on.
Yeah, let's take a little CC break.
All right, going to
that
take a
sounds
CC
good.
break.
I got to refresh my cocktail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess it is about that time. I'm going to see if I can go find Mr. Lowe while we're on a break. And we'll be right back.
Fair. All right.
Aha. Hey, if you don't come to work, you don't get the benefits. We'll be right back.
Your finest cognac over a glass of ice in a short glass. Goes great with Poppa DD's segment. Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or apajamaparty.com on a live stream. I want to talk to that Poppa DD myself. I'm going to hit him up. It's on 914-803-4306. Once again, that's 914-803-4306. And you should too.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
All right, Ketel's out on location. She couldn't get to the studio tonight. And I'm here also with Redwine.
Woo!
Redwine made it. So
I made it in.
What are you going to do?
Because I'm a trooper.
He's a trooper.
Mr. Motor hooked you up, I see.
I go hard, ride or die.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Lou hooked me up with one of the cocktails of the week, so I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
So, Ketel, you want to grab that next story?
Yeah. Check this out. This is like an update on some a story we talked about last week. It's the Flint, Michigan water issue. Remember that? And they have 2 employees that got suspended. So I guess they're the fall people. 2 Michigan Department of Environmental Quality employees were suspended without pay for actions related to the Flint water contamination crisis. The state workers who are not being named but work on drinking water issues, they were notified of their suspension. They will face an investigation prior to any additional discipline, including possible firing. Really?
Wow.
It goes on to say Civil Service Commission rules prohibit the state from immediately firing classified civic service employees. Instead, workers can be suspended without pay for up to 7 days while the state investigates their conduct. So it sounds like to me they're going to get a slap on the wrist. I mean, with this Civil Service Commission rule, really?
I don't get it.
Sound like to me the scapegoats. What about the governor and everybody else? The real jokers. That to me is just a smoke screen. I mean, it's just unbelievable, man, how people throw stuff out. And all these actions are discussed in a conference room before they're enacted. Don't think this stuff just comes over a news wire just haphazardly. Because the governor has to build some type of bulletproof vest in front of him while he's able to do more, to bend more and reach and give more time to put things back in perspective. But what I don't understand myself with that whole Flint thing is, people were lead was being put in people's bodies, and that's deeper than you know. I mean, it's almost like the situation where people are still feeling the effects of the end of World War II. When they bombed Japan. You got families of generations that are still having birth defects from that particular situation. So, that they have not even begun to see the repercussions of that situation. And people are taking it so chalant. And everything was done in the name of saving money. Like go ahead and turn this water from a nasty creek and send it to the residents. When you knew that water was just bad. Water is an equal right for everybody. That's got nothing to do with, to drink a cold glass of water is just.
That's like air.
It's a human right. And how can you even hide behind it thinking that you are going to deny it and it's going to go away and you induce somebody with a medical dilemma for the rest of their life, especially the children. And you sit back worrying about your job as a governor. I mean, you fucked up straight up.
He did say he takes responsibility. Let me
by
read
doing
this
what?
quote. The Republican governor, he says, let me just read his quote. What's so frustrating and makes you so angry about the situation is you have a handful of quote-unquote experts who were career service people that made terrible decisions, in my view, and we have to live with the consequences with that. They work for me, so I accept that responsibility. So he did accept it.
So what does that mean? What does that mean you took responsibility? What does that mean? What is that say? What is that going to do? If I took
just an apology to the public.
Well, if I took responsibility for the gonorrhea in my Johnson, I'd have to inform the person I gave it to as well as get penicillin shot in my ass. So responsibility taken takes on another responsibility of handling it in a certain way. What's going to happen because of that? Are you going to just smile it off and think it's going to be business as usual? It's not going to be business as usual because people have been affected as far as their health is concerned. And these people are going to grow into young adults and then adults. And what are they going to do when they get older? I mean, it's just deeper than deep. And responsibility, you worrying about budget, you worrying about your job. Man, please. You messed up. People get fired for less than that. Anyway, 914-803-4306. You want to comment on that or any other things we said, give us a call. If you're already on the line, you can press 1 and you'll be queued in.
Press 1. To
the studio. You know, talk about it.
Cher was one of the celebrities, and I'm trying to remember who was the other one. I don't think it was Bono. It was somebody else, too, who would work together with one of the water companies to donate, like, thousands of bottles of water to the people in Flint.
That's great.
So people have been trying to help, like some of the other rappers, Young Jeezy, Meek Mill, whatever his name is, him, and some other people. I saw some stuff that Magic Johnson was, saying something, but I don't know if he's done anything yet.
Right.
So there's been like a lot of people that are stepping up saying things need to happen, and some of them are actually doing something.
Yeah, this is a very deep situation. It really is. And, it's just, it's so sad.
Well, I salute those who actually put their money where their mouth is and did something about it. But unfortunately, I don't know how people are able to bathe in bottled water. That's going to be a
shower, and they're saying everybody's only getting 1 case of water, and they're still being cheesed. All these multi-million-dollar water companies, and everybody's only getting 1 case of water delivered to their house.
Yeah, I think they're rationing it out or something. But if all these people are donating cases, I mean thousands, not a couple of cases, thousands and thousands of bottles of water, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. I'm at a loss.
And water's not even the issue. I mean, what is bottled water doing when I got to, wash my ass? I mean, what am I heating it? What am I doing? I'm still being inconvenienced. I mean,
Well, the thing about Flint is that everybody has acknowledged Flint, Michigan is predominantly black, and there's a lot of lower income people who live in Flint.
Based on what?
I mean, that's just based on the reality.
The collapse of the auto industry.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Flint, Michigan is the same scenario where there was a military base nearby that went belly up. Like Fort Dix in New Jersey, for example.
Right.
That town near there. Just when when a military base leaves anywhere, it just the people that relied on it for so many years, and just like Flint, Michigan was an area that was upscale.
Right.
During the time of the boom with the auto industry. And it filtered down from the generations and the people, and the steel mills went and everything went, and now it's just there like that, the way it is. And then you're going to turn the faucet on with bad water. It gets deep. I ain't going to talk about it because it blows my mind completely.
It's rough.
And this man still got his job as governor.
Put him on the kiss it list.
Yeah, he truly is on the kiss it list.
Governor and the mayor. I mean, I know that they say they're trying to do the right thing to correct the problem, but to me, it's a lot of talk way after the fact.
Yeah.
Because when that problem was first discovered, when people somebody down in Virginia, when they tried to expose the situation after testing, they already said there's a problem. Mm-hmm. And it seemed to me like nobody was responding to what needed to be done.
Right. Well, like I said, this is where we air it out, and you're welcome to join in. Press 1 if you're listening and give us your comment. You want to blow some steam, or just call us up and say hello. But anyway, on another note, which is just as frustrating, J.P. Morgan, they raised Jamie Dimons his pay 35%.
35%.
We're gonna put him on the kiss it list.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay, he's a director, J.P. Morgan Chase and Company, and these are the companies too that Barack was bailing out and stuff like that. Where I know people personally in New York that lost their jobs behind all this bailout situation and collapse of the different places. But in New York City, J.P. Morgan Chase and Company, directors raised the chief executive, Jamie Dimon's, total compensation by 35%, bringing him to $27 million a year in 2015.
How much?
He makes $27 million.
And this was a 35% increase.
Yes.
So he actually allegedly needed to make more money?
Well,
and now they bumped him up to $27 million?
Right, so 35%.
Oh,
the percentage is based on your base pay. And 35% of what he was already making.
It's based on bonuses also. If J.P. Morgan makes money, then he makes money too. So.
Oh yeah, well that's that bonus. This is his. They're just talking about his base. This is just too deep for me though.
Ooh.
It's he. I don't. This all just ties in with so many other things that we have discussed. And we. You don't even know where to begin. Like I said, give us a call at 914-803-4306 and help us out with this, because it's like the rich are getting richer, and the blatancy of this, even on the heels of the buyouts and things like that, and all of a sudden money is being, just fronted again viciously. I mean,
that's how it goes.
$27 million in 1 year. Man, your family's got to be. Say again?
He needs to send Flint, Michigan some water and some money. That's what he needs to do.
I think that people ain't even thinking about, And let me do some other board of directors pay. Included a raise of $1.5 million, bringing the chief operating officer, Matthew Zanes. He got $1.5 million in his increase, bring him to $18.5 million. We had
he's slumming.
We had a lady named Mary Ecklos. She's the asset management chief executive. She was raised from $16.5 to $18 million. And the chief financial officer, Marjorie Lake, she goes up from $11 million from $10 million. So she got a cool extra $1 million raise as well. So
well, at least now we know what they're doing with all those ATM fees.
Yeah, it's there's truly a slush that all this is coming from for sure. And the airlines is all up in this too, the way they beat people against the head as well. So just go to show you that dollars are being transferred big time. So whatever you're bitching about as far as your pay on your job, I got news for you. I got news for you. Okay.
Well, let me tag on that one and say I read an article this week that said that the 100 richest white men in America had more wealth combined than all the black people in this country. So that's something else to think about.
I can believe it.
Just 100 of them have more money than all the black folks in this country.
Well, there's some rich black folks too out there.
Yeah, but I'm saying, including all your Oprahs and Michael Jordans and all of them, all of us put together still don't have as much money as 100 of the richest white guys in this country.
Wow.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong with it. They don't want us to get into that club. They don't want us to get into that club. No way. So.
No, private membership.
Yeah, I see.
Whew.
All right.
All right.
Hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Just to holler at us. Let's figure out how we can get with you.
That's right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming right back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines. Don't move.
All right.
Hey, do you know there's a party every Friday night on Blog Talk Radio?
The Pajama Party with Redwine, Poppa DD, and Ketel.
They are some characters.
They talk about hot topics, weird news, Hit It and Quit It headlines, and more.
Man, I just can't get enough of them.
Well, if you miss them on Friday nights at 9 p.m., you can always go to the archives
and listen to them at apajamaparty.com.
Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
Ketel couldn't make it to the studio tonight. She's
snowed in.
She's snowed in. At least that's what she said. That's her alibi.
That's the story she's sticking with.
Yeah. And, Redwine just drove right up to the studio with no problem. So apparently, I don't know what roads you have in your area, DC, but anyway.
A road that leads to the studio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but not tonight.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're going to do our... I'm sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of billions of dollars, I'm going to continue that on our hit and quit it headline. Sorry, Papa. I didn't mean to go over.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. No, you good.
You go right ahead.
Google paid Apple $1 billion to keep search bar on the iPhone. I said B as in boy as billion. Google Inc. is paying Apple Inc. a hefty fee to keep its search bar on the iPhone. Apple received $1 billion from its rival in 2014, according to a transcript of court proceedings from Oracle Corp. copyright lawsuit against Google. The search engine giant has an agreement with Apple that gives the iPhone maker a percentage of the revenue Google generates through the Apple device. It goes on to say the revenue sharing agreement reveals the lengths Google must go to keep people using its search tool on the mobile device. It also shows how Apple benefits financially from Google's advertising-based business model that Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook has criticized as an intrusion of privacy. Really? So that's a lot of money to keep that search engine going on the iPhone. That's interesting. Who knew?
Yeah, that is very interesting. And, like I always say, when you listen with the third ear and see with the third eye, you will see that now, if you're looking not too long ago, just to keep your memory base going, just to play some mind games for a minute, you remember the Beats, the brother from Compton, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Who
was
Dre.
it? Dr. Dre?
Remember Dr. Dre's Beats?
Yeah, he created the Beats.
Right, and Apple brought that off of him, right?
They sure
for like
did.
maybe, what was it, $2-3 billion, something like that?
Yes,
maybe, I think it was like $2 billion. Right, now.
That's a lot.
It was $2 billion, I think, $2 or $3 billion most. It wasn't a high billion number, but $2 billion is very high. But now, Apple spent $2 billion to Dr. Dre to buy the Beats. But how much did Google just give back to Apple?
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay. So the money that they paid Dre, the money they paid to Dr. Dre, they already got that money back. They got that back on the new whatever, the next new thing. So, it just go to show you that even though Dr. Dre walked away happy with a couple, $2 billion, did he really get over? Who got over on who? You know what I mean? It's so interesting. You have to, maybe I just get too deep with this, but to me, they all full of shiggity, as they say. So it's,
right.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
It's starting to reveal itself. Who's rolling around in the bed with who?
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy part.
And billions is very, apropos these days. Billion is the new 30. Okay, when it comes to age, people throw billion around like people are throwing around, saying 50 is the new 30 or what have you. It's becoming pretty effortless for somebody to come up with $1 billion. So it's, it's very educational. It's very educational. I just hope they spend this money well, doing something to, support their future as far as their families for years and years to come, or doing something to, send Flint a bottle of water or something.
See what I'm saying? I was just getting ready to say, how about giving back to the community with all this amount of money?
Oh, this is this crazy money just laying around. It's crazy.
That's true.
Anyway, Redwine, you got something?
Yeah, I got another one. You might recall a story we did a while back about this. He's now an ex-officer out of Oklahoma, Daniel Holtzclaw. He was the officer who finally got busted because he was, gosh, I hate to even say it, he was taking advantage of women who had records and things of this nature that he could, get information on them. He was doing all kind of stuff. He was raping them. Yeah, black women.
Black women.
He was raping them. He was, forcing them to, perform sexual acts on him. And finally, one of these women spoke up and told somebody. And then, of course, others spoke up and told, what happened. He finally got busted. So he has been sentenced to 263 years in prison. And the terms will be served consecutively. So basically that means he will never, ever, 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 never, ever be free.
He'll have the chance to appeal, of course. So.
Well, he may appeal, but based on the sentence that he was handed, he ain't never, ever, ever getting out. So what this particular story, the follow-up, is talking about the women who were victims of him are saying that their lives have been forever changed. And some of them are saying that now just hearing a police siren, they're having all kind of trauma, flashbacks, situations like that. Some of them are saying like just seeing an officer, seeing a police uniform, they get nervous, all kind of things like that because of the stress that they went through in dealing with him. One of the women was a 50-year-old grandmother. She was in her 50s. And she was the main one who, after she came forward, it triggered the whole investigation. And she said her life will be changed forever. So, like I said, now he's been convicted on 18 counts that included 4 first-degree rape counts, as well as forcible oral sodomy, sexual battery, procuring lewd exhibition, second-degree rape. I mean, this dude, put his name on the kiss it list, please. Daniel Holtzclaw, Holtz, Claw. Put him on the list. This dude, I don't understand what his problem was, but, he was like, he would pull. Go ahead, Ketel.
I was going to say they had the nerve to call him a model officer.
Yeah, they thought he was.
Help, drug addicts and prostitutes. He called himself helping them? Really?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was delusional. That's what it was.
Yeah. And because all of the victims were black, this has drawn the attention of civil rights activists. And even though the jury was all white, and Holtzclaw is only half white and half Japanese, he's the son of a police officer in Oklahoma. Several other African-American leaders in Oklahoma City attended the trial and were there for the sentencing.
Wow.
So I'm just glad in this case that he got the sentence he did. I hope if he does appeal that his appeal is denied. For all of these people ranging from a 17-year-old teenager to the 57-year-old grandmother that he harassed and assaulted and did, unspeakable things that he forced them to do under the fear of, if you don't do it, I'll arrest you and you'll go to jail and you'll never see your family and all those kind of threats and stuff. And when people
Did they say how many women it was?
It doesn't say precisely how many. It looks like there were at least 3 or 4 mentioned in this particular story. But that's based on who came forward. I don't know how many were actually involved.
Right. Wow. Guys okay over there?
Yeah, everything's cool.
All right.
So all right. That's all I have on that one. So just make sure you put Daniel Holtzclaw on the kiss it list.
Daniel Holtzclaw. I heard that. Okay.
Done with him.
Okay.
So what's popping tonight, Poppa DD?
Uh-oh.
It's that time. What's popping?
We say, uh-oh.
We're going to keep it moving.
Uh-oh, I hear the music.
Wow.
They're playing your song.
Well, I subjected what's poppin' episode tonight as three heads. Three heads. You know when somebody say looking at you like you have three heads? You know, this means that, you know, people looking at you in a very strange way. I say that because last week I was on an elevator I won't disclose where I was or what I was doing, where I was going.
Oh, tell it.
But no, I can't get that deep. But anyway, some people got on there of another persuasion, and we won't get that deep. We'll keep it fair. You can fill in their own blanks. And apparently they had their flights were canceled, and they were heading for the train because the flight was canceled. So obviously these people have never caught the train before, all right? So they're heading down toward the track in the elevator. And I'm in the elevator myself, okay? So now I'm holding the door for them inadvertently. You know, they didn't even know that the door was being held open by me, okay? I'm holding the button that says open door, you know, keeping it from closing. So I guess they walked on with such a airline attitude getting on a train that they still had that whole airport thing in their mind. So they're talking about Manchester and what they did there, and the conversation was just so interesting. And I wouldn't say I felt out of place, but it was a conversation that didn't include either me or my people in some respect. And I say my people, meaning people of a level of unique commoncy. You know what I mean? Nothing interesting, but it was just the way the conversation was going. And the flip side of it, it sounds like people also that never done nothing, and now that they've done that, they act like that is the it thing. You know? And I guess with my career and my life and places I've been, I can almost talk like Stevie Wonder, where he says, I've been to Paris, Peru, Iraq, Iran. You know, I've been to a few overseas places, you know, Alexandria, Cairo, Egypt, things like that, places I've been like that. So, and when I have this stuff in my mind of things I've done, and when I hear people talking out loud about things that they are doing, you know, whether they're talking about a ski resort and it's just so bubbly and so and it's got that tone in it, and I'm listening to this in the elevator saying, damn. I mean, this was the driest conversation I've ever heard by three of the driest people I've ever seen who were actually talking like they were doing something or have done something exciting, and they were catching a train. Which was so ironic was that they were in New Jersey getting a train to D.C. because their flight was canceled. And my question is, why wouldn't you catch a train to D.C.? Period. Hell, when you fly from Jersey to D.C., by the time you have a gin and tonic, you about to land. But that's their choice. It's their money. If that's their crowd, if that's their, you know, I'm not telling people what alley to walk down. This your business. But it was just so interesting, and I titled this Three Heads because when they came in the elevator, it looked at me like I was the bellhop, you know. I may have my little hood on and all, and I was relaxed, you know. I was off. I was, you know, it was my day off, and I'm being a regular guy. But people look at me, I'm being looked up and down. When they walk in the elevator, I'm looked from head to toe like, is he hoodlum? Is he, you know, what is he? Is he alpha? Is he, you know, look at the black guy by the elevator door. Let me look him up and down. And it was just, you know, and I say that, you know, not to be funny, but this is stuff that I deal with almost daily or weekly. You know, where people look at you, where they have to scope you in order to sit next to you on public transportation. They want to scan you with the laser eye. And at what point now, so when I go to sit next to you, when I'm walking down the aisle, I'm supposed to just have carte blanche. You just look so professional and you look just so safe that sitting next to you is supposed to be, you know, a wonderful experience, you know. I mean, you can say a thing about Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, what's in a look? What's in a look? So I just wanted to put that out there. It was very interesting, and And I didn't say a word the whole time. My mouth was shut and my ears and my eyes was open, and it was very deep. So I'm sure people have, give us a call if you can relate to that, where you felt like,
Oh, they like it. They like it.
You was looked at like you had 3 heads, or maybe it's just a black male thing. I don't know.
Well, the crowd likes it.
I like that part.
Anyway, I don't know. It's just it's interesting.
How many cocktails you had before you got on the elevator, Papa?
I was straight. I was sober as a judge. I wasn't. I hadn't been drinking at all. I was just saying, wow, what a group that was. They were all just happy-go-lucky. For getting our train because they were in their Argyle socks. They got this sweater tied in a knot around their neck. Fresh hairdo,
I'm on my way to the country club. Biff, are you going?
Biff, Beth.
I'm going to have brunch.
Oh.
And we're going to have a brandy at the country club.
Mm-hmm. This is my friend Judy. They call her Beth. Everybody knows her Beth.
Becky, let's go to the country club, Becky.
I say.
It's time for a manicure and a pedi, Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
Let's go spend Grandpop's money. Because, they ain't without made none. So I love to be a fly on the wall to see where that money came from. Some old hard-working grandfather was a blacksmith that saved a bunch of money.
I swear.
Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's see.
It's weird news time.
Weird news. What do you got
there?
Do I get to go first?
That's your thing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, the weird news.
See, that was my pain, and y'all playing with it. Okay.
No, I like that.
Go ahead.
Now I can't stop saying it. Oh, there's the music. Okay. Weird news. California nudists have been told to cover up if they want to use the gym. Now, this is out of Huntington Beach, California. Mm-hmm. The naturists in Orange County will have to stop going au natural if they want to keep using the Huntington Beach City Gym and swimming pool. Since 2007, the Orange County group has rented the facility for private gatherings at which the members play basketball, volleyball, and swim, all while naked.
Wow.
Just imagine that. Naked volleyball, naked basketball, and naked swimming.
Where's this at?
Orange County, Huntington Beach. So the newspaper there, the Orange County Register, reported that these gatherings came to an end in September after the city manager, Fred Wilson, signed a regulation banning gymnasium nudity. He said no more flapping, jumping, bouncing, none of that. We don't want to see it.
Interesting.
He said it was too difficult for the city employees to get their work done in the presence of all those naked people.
Wow.
And the nudists are asking the city council to rescind his order. And the council members heard the complaints on this Tuesday, but they have taken no action because the issue was not on their agenda. So they're like, look, you got to get on the agenda. Otherwise, we're not hearing it, but you're not going to come in here flapping and jumping and smacking and doing all that naked. Not anymore. You can't rent it out. You can't do it.
Okay.
So that's the way those things jiggle.
Orange
County. Huntington Beach, California. Naked volleyball and naked basketball. That just sounds painful.
As Papa said, persuasion they were.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. That's pretty bold.
We figured that
I know if any brother had come out there, that would have shut that game down. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, what you got over there, Ketel?
Oh boy. Well, from nudists to dinosaurs, researchers have found a new dinosaur. International team Yes, an international team of researchers have identified and named a new species of dinosaurs. They discovered in the eastern part of the United States. Yes, it's called. Let me see if I can figure this one out. Well, they say that it's a really important animal in telling us how they came to be and how they spread all over the world. Some people, professors out of Florida State University, they discovered it. They named the new dinosaur, oh boy, Ecotrodon orientalis, which means dawn rough teeth from the east. The name pays homage to the first one they found back in 1856. It was the first duck-billed dinosaur. And this is another duck-billed dinosaur that they found. It's 20 to 30 feet long as an adult. It mostly walks on its hind legs and has a scaly exterior. It says this thing had a big, ugly nose. That's what one of the scientists said. Skeletal remains of this 83-million-year-old dinosaur were originally found by a team of amateur fossil enthusiasts alongside a creek in Montgomery County, Alabama. So, yes, it's very interesting.
How do they know? How do they know how it walks?
Probably because of the legs, the way the legs and everything was structured. Among the recovery remains of this new dinosaur are complete skull, dozens of backbones and partial hip bone, and a few bones from the limbs. So they determined from that. So pretty interesting.
Or maybe it has real short arms, and they figured there's no way it can walk on all fours if it has real short arms, because it would bust itself in that big fat nose.
Well, it could walk on all four too. It could the dinosaur could walk on all four if it had to, but mainly it walked on its hind legs. So interesting. Dinosaur with a bill, huh?
So it looks like a duck.
Acts like a duck.
So you're saying if it walks like a duck? Wait a minute. If it walks like a duck,
it's a dinosaur.
I ain't messing with you, Redwine.
I'm just saying, if it has a nose like a bill like a duck and walks like a duck,
it's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
So there you go. You got it. It's a dinosaur. Whoopee.
Okay. I was just checking.
If you folks got any dinosaur stories out there, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
And press 1. Press 1 with your bill. With your duck bill.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. If you've seen any duck-looking dinosaurs, call us up. I've seen a few people that kind of look like that, but that's a whole other story.
I'm not messing with you.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with me. I'm just saying. We'll be right back.
All right.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. This is a Friday night adult talk show where we talk about any and everything. You're welcome to call in and comment on things we talk about. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Hello. And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And we are the Pajama Party Crew.
Woo.
Certified, solidified, qualified, you name it. This part of the show is called I'm Just Saying, and it features Redwine.
All right. My turn.
Gonna do your thing.
I'm just saying, don't be fooled by the new shiny ball. Have you ever noticed how little kids can be distracted by a new shiny ball? If you want to sidetrack them from something that you don't want them to focus on, just bring out a new shiny ball, and they'll focus on that shiny ball every time. You know, puppies are like that too. And sadly, we as adults are no different. Whenever there's an important topic that really requires our constant and steady attention, we get easily sidetracked by a new shiny ball every time, and there goes our focus, right out the window. You'd think we'd know better after all these years, but it never fails. Congress starts debating over a topic that really should matter to all of us, and we're on top of it for a minute, but then, just like a magic trick, somebody pulls out a new shiny ball in the form of a new story about something that's usually trivial and totally unimportant, and it gets us off the topic, and we lose focus from the original item that we needed to keep our eye on. This is how things get by us. And then we wonder how Congress can pass legislation that we never even heard about. It's totally crazy. But that's what happens when we start looking the other way. Congress can vote on a bill and pass some kind of crazy law. I'm just saying, we need to keep our eye on the prize. You've heard that phrase before. Keep your eye on the prize. And don't get distracted by that new shiny ball. It doesn't take much to take the focus off of the matter at hand. All we need is some hot, juicy gossip, or some corporate takeover, or who divorced who, or maybe even who got dissed by whom. And just like clockwork, our attention turns to that kind of unimportant stuff. Sometimes the most important issues are like the main event of a show, but we're too caught up with what's being sold at the concession stand. And then we end up missing the main event and the whole show. And whose fault is that? Blame it on that shiny new ball. Sure, that's where the fault lies. Surely we shouldn't be held accountable for our own inability to stay focused on what's really important. Sometimes we just need to ignore every shiny new ball that bounces in the room and keep our eyes focused on where we started. Don't let everything else that comes along take our attention from what's really important, okay? I'm just saying. I'm just calling it like I see it. If the topic, for example, is police brutality, why do we get caught up with the shiny new ball that comes along and wants us to talk about who the chief of police department is having an affair with? What has that got to do with the matter at hand? What has that got to do with police brutality? Wasn't that the original topic? But somehow now everybody's talking about who the police chief is having an affair with. And we get all sidetracked on that, and then we're not focused on the original topic, which was police brutality, because that new story about who he's having an affair with became the shiny new ball. What has that got to do with the matter at hand? Absolutely nothing. But that's the shiny new ball that they toss at us to sidetrack us so that we don't focus on the original issue. And we fall for it every time. I'm just saying. Let's try to avoid the shiny new balls that only serve to sidetrack, convolute, and confuse us. We should be better than that. We are better than that. So let's not be such easy targets for the flim-flam move, for the shenanigans, for the I don't know what else to call it, for the magic trick, for the, hey, look over here while I do something over there. Let's not fall for it. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, it's not always a good thing to follow the bouncing ball. That's all I got.
That was beautiful, Redwine.
All right.
That was beautiful. And we went over an example of that tonight with the governor of Michigan.
Yeah.
Talking about 2 state workers that got suspended.
Exactly. What has that got to do with the lead in the water?
What does it got to do with the lead in the water and the governor that should be fired?
And the people that are sick.
And the people that are sick. But, we fired 2 state workers.
Yeah.
I think, what was their title? What was their pay grade? I think they were GS5s.
Yeah. So give us that shiny new ball to focus on so that we don't look at what we really need to be looking at.
2 of those state workers that were fired made a total of $31,200 a piece. So getting rid of them, they saved $63,000.
I'm telling you.
Between two people.
As a friend of mine would say, it's a trick. It's a trap.
They saved $63,000 on two people they fired in Michigan, but they just gave the joker at the Chase J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, $27 million.
$27 million.
But they can't get the lead out of the water in Flint.
Boy, I tell you what, we are going to hell in a handbasket, baby.
It's a trap.
All right, so hold on.
It's a shiny new ball. Don't look at it.
As the saying goes, stick your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Bye-bye.
We out. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Lock her up. But don't use that EOS lip gloss. Don't use that.
Right, your lips are going to be blistered and puckered and some more stuff, man. They're still selling that stuff at Walmart. They're still selling it.
Yeah, you don't want any of that. We talked about that last week. Go to the archive, listen to last week's show, find out what's going on with the EOS lip gloss.
We need to send some to the governor.
All right.
We'll keep it moving.
All right,
keep it moving.
Keep moving?
Yeah, what's up in Living for the City tonight, Papa?
Living for the City. Wow. Like I said earlier, so much going on. What's the guy's name? The Wayans brothers that made that movie.
Marlon.
Gosh, he's so.
Marlon Wayans.
50 Shades of Black. I mean, how buffoon can we get? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Come on, brother. Come up with your own ideals.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do a parrotive of something. You don't have to repeat or copy something. If Hollywood gave you the green light, then get the green light on something that's worth a green light. You're going to throw some more crazy movie out and talking a bunch of, it's cool. Maybe his generation can understand it, but there's a lot more serious stuff going on. We can't watch, Jada Pinkett Smith on one channel and watch this guy being the buffoon of the year on another. That's why I say, 50 Shades of Black is very, very prevalent today, For example, I saw Sherry Shepherd. She was one of the hosts on The View again. And she was a host when Whoopi and your girl Raven Simone took off.
Oh.
But Joy Behar, what's her name? Joy Behar?
Behar.
Yeah, Joy Behar was the mediator. And she's a bumbling, she's a buffoon herself. She sits there not even having an opinion, but she was trying to moderate things today. And Sherry Shepherd was talking about they had a situation with the, water crises in Flint, Michigan. And at the end, when Sherry Shepherd was advertising herself at the end, I guess they gave her the privilege of saying where she's going to be here and there. And then she said, I like to say also that we're producing. When I was on this show, I talked about having a black bachelor, the show The Bachelor, okay, which really has nothing to do with what's going on in the world today as far as, our people is concerned, okay? And she said, I'm proud to announce on the We Network or whatever it is. I think that's the same network that holds the Braxton show.
We TV.
Yeah, We TV. They're supposed to be coming up with a black bachelor. Now, see, what she failed to say, which I know won't be the reality, is that this black bachelor won't have 25 white women to choose from. Okay? If it's going to be a black bachelor, you rest assured there's going to be 23 black women and maybe, let me back it up. Let's say 20 black women, 2 white women, and 3 Hispanic women. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
TV is not ready to give a black man 25 lily white blonde hair, blue eyes to choose from. They just ain't ready for that. So this is what Sherry Shepherd failed to say. So when you were speaking about a black bachelor show, which is a show based on a gentleman picking a woman based on an array of women to date or marry, whatever it leads to. But she failed to go there further, which she knew wasn't true. He won't be choosing for 25 white women. So anyway, and also I want to speak on what's her name, Sarah Palin.
Oh yeah,
Sarah Palin. Let's talk about her. Now, recently she have got behind Donald Trump as far as his support. Now, the same weekend that she supported him, her son is in a hotel room beating the dog shit out of his girlfriend. Okay, now, all right, now I guess they had their problems or whatever. So be it. But she gets on a news conference and saying that the incident that happened with my son is because he suffers from post-traumatic stress syndrome. And this is the reason why he acts the way he does and his actions the way he is. Well, first of all, your son beat his girlfriend's ass. Is anybody going to take responsibility of her jaw or wherever he hit her at? But she's saying, and then she went as far as saying, Barack is responsible for not supplying proper monies and stuff. So the soldiers from her son was apparently in Iraq, and she's blaming the fact that the ass whooping came from Barack, as opposed to her son literally whooping his own lady's ass. And it just was so deep and she was so defiant with it. Well, if there was more money toward the post-traumatic stress syndrome, these incidents wouldn't happen. Well, it was just so deep. How, like Redwine was saying earlier, the shiny ball, she's going to cast a vision on Barack as well as post-traumatic, which there are a lot of military people out there that has post-traumatic syndrome, very serious and very real. Okay? And a lot of them duck when they hear sounds and things like that. And it's just, for her to, what is her purpose? Can anybody give me a call and let me know what Sarah Palin's purpose is? She's been on the why did the gentleman, the guy that she was running vice president, she was representing McCain. Why did he pick her from the beginning? Why did he go all the way to Alaska and pick this? What does she call herself?
She's a rogue.
Yeah, she's rogue.
She went rogue.
Yeah, she's a pit bull with lipstick.
Yeah.
And she talks with such crazy enthusiasm. She thinks she sounds important, but she sounds like a bumbling idiot. If there's any Sarah Palin fans out there, I apologize, or maybe I don't apologize. Okay? This woman's off the chain. And her and Donald Trump together, that's just, what was that, affluenza that the gentleman was suffering from?
Oh, yeah, the couch boy.
Exactly. Well, they're suffering from the same thing. These people
they're suffering from ignorance.
Well, but they don't care. They say and do what they want to do because they feel in their heart that everybody is beneath them. Trump talks like everybody is beneath me, so get in line and let me serve you. So,
please put her on the kiss it list.
I believe already there.
Okay.
But in closing on, living for the city, I just like to say to Sherry Shepherd, the way she was talking today about certain things today, it's obvious that the View needs an overhaul for real, and on all different fronts. It's like the cast of characters on there are just a trip. Ever since Barbara Walters left, and she left Whoopi in charge, and Raven, and the other girl that shows up, and this one shows up, the opinions are all over the place, and nobody's thinking, and everybody's it's just money. They got Colgate, they got Listerine, they got Chevrolet, they got Cadillac, they got all these, and they're paying them big money for advertising, and it's getting them money and checks, and everybody's just rolling dough, and nobody cares about integrity. So it's just a mess, and like I said, I'm going to say it again before I close out. Please, 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 please listen with the third ear and see with the third eye. Stop taking stuff on face value, just like Redwine said. Stop following that bouncing ball, because half of you are following that bouncing ball. Not our listeners, but half people in the world are following that bouncing ball. And they'll turn to another channel. Oh, wow, did you see that? Oh, wow, just see it. Don't analyze it that tough because it's a bunch of bullshit. So that's it for tonight on that.
That microphone is coming out of your chest.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
All right.
Yeah, this is the Pajama Party. We're here every Friday night. I'm here with Ketel. You still out there, Ketel?
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir. Je suis vin rouge.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that was a very good point. Excellent point.
It was.
That's what we do.
Yeah, Sarah Palin, I think, needs to get a chair and pull it up right next to Stacey Dash. Both of them need to get some Gorilla Glue, put it right between their lips, and press their lips together real tight.
Yeah, to come up with an alibi for your son like that.
Yeah, and the veterans have come out and spoken against that and said, bull crap. Mm-hmm. Don't blame that mess on no PTSD. Mm-hmm. That was just that dude acting a fool. That had nothing to do with PTSD.
In the hotel after she sponsored Donald Trump. Same weekend. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And he was only in the service for a year. He got out the service after a year. And
let me tell you something. A year is no legitimate enlistment. It's either 3 years or 4 years or maybe 2 years. But if you got after a year, believe me, you
you got that jacked up that quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Getting high and some more stuff.
Yeah. What they call that OTH, other than honorable type of discharge. So
I call it BS.
Yeah, you never know the real story. She ain't telling the story. She trying to distract it, but like you said, Ketel, to come out and throw something out there factually, he was only in there for a year. What? And if you was in there for a year, how long was you in Iraq? 10 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just pointing the finger at our president. Yep. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to take a little CC break. What's up, Redwine?
Yeah, well, we're at the bottom of the hour, so
keep it moving.
Let's head out to the West Coast and do that Hollywood thing. You got it, Ketel.
All right, now. I got a few surprises. I hope you guys don't drop your mouth on this one.
All right, go for it.
Mariah Carey is engaged to billionaire James Packer.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Congrats are in order for Mariah Carey and her billionaire beau, James Packer. The singer is set to tie the knot with her Australian businessman boyfriend after Packer popped the question in New York City on Thursday night. Her engagement ring is a massive 35 carat. That's all.
35 carats?
35 carats. See, the rich keep getting richer, baby.
That's a big A ring.
That's what. She's 45 and he's 48, so maybe she decided to get somebody on her level, because the little boy she had before, I think she was just using him to pop out some babies. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
So they met in Aspen, and Carey and Packer made their red carpet debut together on the premiere of The Intern. I believe he produced that movie also, The Billionaire. He produced that movie. Yep, so that's interesting. So we got a few movies you guys need to go out and see. I have Kung Fu Panda. They have quite a bit of cast on Kung Fu Panda 3. Dustin Hoffman, Lucy Liu. I haven't heard from Lucy Liu in a while. Jack Black and Angelique Jolie. She's in it. I think she's been in all 3 installments. So, she's making money hand over fist. Jack Black also. He's a character. Also, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. I guess they talked about Hillary Clinton on this one quite a bit. This is a Benghazi story. So it should be interesting. Also, Dirty Grandpa with Robert De Niro. That should be an interesting one, a funny one there. And also one called The Benefactor. I haven't heard of this one, Richard Gere. That's my boy. He's fine. If I don't know what the movie's about, but I'm going to go see Richard Gere because he's fine.
And it's called the what?
Benefactor.
Okay. I haven't even seen the trailer for that one.
Yeah. So I know you're going to check it out. Yep.
Yeah, he is fine.
Yeah, he is. Also, on another note, just briefly, Gillian Anderson, she's going to team up with David Duchovny again on the X-Files. I'm like, one more time for the X-Files? Really?
Yeah, back again.
Yeah, she's getting half the pay. And I'm surprised that she agreed to do it. Really?
Wow, what's that about?
I don't know. That should be interesting. Let's check out her attitude when we see her on screen, see what she does.
Okay.
All right. That's my Hollywood wrap-up for tonight. Short and sweet, baby.
All right. I like it. I don't know about that Benghazi movie, though. I don't think I'm going to deal with that one.
Yeah, that's too much for me. Too much shoot 'em up, bang, bang, plus most of it they're going to be lying on any daggone way. So it's not even worth it.
I just think it's a little too soon. Didn't that event, just happened, didn't it?
That's true. It sure did. And it's still fresh in people's minds. So, people going to, have their own opinions about it. And, I don't know. I'm going to go see Kung Fu Panda 3.
Yeah, that I would like to see.
Yeah. Did you see the 1 and 2?
I say yes on Kung Fu. I say yes on Kung Fu Panda. But that Benghazi, I don't know. Well, wait a minute. Let me take a poll. I'm gonna take a poll on the Benghazi. What do y'all think about Benghazi? Let me see what they say.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the vote on that one.
All right, we're gonna strike that one out then. So it's between Dirty Grandpa, Benefactor, and Kung Fu Panda 3. So you guys go check those movies out.
Wow.
Okay. Well, let's see. I guess we keep rolling.
Yeah.
I got Mr. Lowe standing by for the cocktail of the week. He's in demand, even with the snowstorm. He said he still has clientele he has to get to. So I'm going to let him step up to the mic and give us the cocktail of the week and let him move on.
All right.
All right. Come on, Mr. Lowe.
All right. It's Friday night, so it's time to get right. This is Mr. L.O. coming to you live from the Pajama Party, where it gets a little naughty. Now tonight, we got a little something special for our Cavassier connoisseurs. For the men, it's served in a short ball glass. For the ladies, a classy martini glass. Made of 1 part Cavassier exclusive, 1 part triple sec, 1 part cranberry juice, just a splash of lime juice. There it is. Now we're going to put this in there, shake it on up with ice. Alright. Now let's go ahead and pour this in. Absolutely. Alright now, so y'all enjoy this here. This is called the Captain Cavassier. Enjoy.
All right, that was our cocktail of the week. It was called the Captain Cavassier, which is my drink. I'm a brown liquor guy.
And I'm not, but it's right tasty with that little cranberry juice and that little splash of lime. I'm liking it. And thank you. See, he's already gone. He's running out the door. All right. Thank you, Mr. Love.
We're going to take a break and come back with our kisser list, but we're going to describe the kisser list. The kisser list is the list that we compiled during the show, before the show, and it's a list of everybody this week who just acted a fool or played themselves or is playing other people and just not behaving as a regular stand-up person should do. And this can involve anybody, politicians, actors, actresses, singers, dancers, comedians. It doesn't matter. You can call and give us a family member if you like. You can give their first, middle, last name. We don't care.
Address, phone number.
Give them the Social Security number. Anything you want to say.
Yeah,
you want to call up and get somebody to piss you off, your boss.
Your next door neighbor that plays their music too loud.
That's right. Punch in, and we'll take their name and put them on a kisser list with everybody else. So we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with our kisser list.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. the more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party every Friday night, live adult talk show. We talk about anything and everything. There's no rules, no holds barred.
Woo!
This portion of the show, we're going to talk about the kisser list. Everybody this week that done their thing in a very adverse way, and we're going to put them on blast.
Yeah, people like Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash, what did she do?
Acted a fool.
Acted a fool.
Talking out of her, you know what?
Yeah, just not being who she is. And she's a brown-skinned sister. Damn.
Just speaking ignorant.
You know, I can see if she one of them, light, bright, damn near, but she's a brown-skinned sister. Damn.
What can I say?
Anyway, she's like, oh, I support everything, Oscars and everything.
Got issues.
NAACP is
talking about
not,
we shouldn't have a Black History Month.
We shouldn't have
What's
a BET, and we shouldn't have, girl, please.
Sit down, Stacey.
She up there in Hollywood getting all that White Johnson. That's why she talking all
Go
crazy.
super glue your mouth and sit down
that White
and
Johnson. We need to send her to South Africa. Let her get some bombasa.
Okay, now.
Some old, yeah, straighten that ass out.
You think that'll help?
That'll help.
All right, look, let me catch this caller, and then we'll continue on with the kisser list. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go for it.
I just wanted to point out that Stacey Dash has a lot of nerve, considering she is graceful and smooth, starred on a show that was part of BET, and has gone out of her way to make money when it's convenient from these black television shows and black production companies and black channels. But the minute she gets a platform on Fox, suddenly she forgets that that's how you were making your money just 2 years ago.
Well, everybody's going to cater to who's paying them at that particular time. It's really sad about that, how they get tight-lipped. And like I said, I still want to hear from LL Cool J, because I just feel like that brother is one of the biggest sellouts on the planet. He got that little Grammy thing. He just licks his lips and lifts his weights, and they don't give a shit about nothing going on. You don't hear about him participating in anything. And I remember he was from Queens. He was a publicized guy. Now, please.
But he's still fine.
Okay. I will comment on that, but I would like to add. Please tell me that Sarah Palin and her nonsense on your kiss it list this week.
She is.
Absolutely.
In fact, we'll start with her.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All have a good one. Thanks.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Yep, that's how we do it. Anybody else you want to put on the list, call us. If you're on the line now, just press 1. You can get your names in, because we got a surprise for them, all of them. And
so what is the
Dash,
Kiss It list again, Papa?
Woo! Oh, the Kiss It list is the list that we put together of people who have basically shown their natural behind all week or at some point during the week. They've either said something ignorant, done something ignorant, or whatever the case that got on our nerves, and we're going to call them out for it. So that's what we do with the Kiss It list. If you have done something that caught our attention that was just plain old crazy, stupid, or ignorant, we're going to put you on the Kiss It list, because that's where you belong. That is your rightful place, and that's what we do. It is a service, like what they call a public service. This is a public service that we put you on the Kiss It list.
Who we got on the Kiss It list? Sarah Palin first?
Well, of course. We got to keep Roger Goodell on the Kiss It list.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's the team that fired Lovie Smith?
The owner.
The owner.
Tampa
Bay Buccaneer owner.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his name is, he's on the Kiss It list.
That's right. Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
And all her.
And her son.
Her son.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Who else?
The governor of Michigan, who needs to be fired for making the people drink that water. You know, remind me of that Malcolm X movie when he pours the ink inside the water.
Oh, yeah.
If you feed them this, they'll drink it. Anyway.
That was Rick Snyder, the governor.
Rick Snyder. Mm-hmm.
And don't forget Cheryl Boone Isaacs.
Yeah, Cheryl Boone Isaacs, the president of the Oscar Academy. I mean, that's not the formal name.
And her glasses.
Yeah, and her glasses.
She wore bifocals like Mr. Peabody.
Or
Sherman, whoever had the big-ass glasses.
The all the 63 and older white folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those people.
LL Cool J, good boy.
Don't mess with
LL. We got the KKK giving out flyers in Mobile, Alabama. Really?
On Martin Luther King's birthday holiday, for real, and using his picture on the flyer. Are you kidding me? And
Google throwing around money like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, no, that's right.
$1 billion.
Jamie
$1 billion.
Deming.
Who's that?
Jamie Deming. Isn't that the guy that's getting the $27 million?
Yes, at J.P. Morgan.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put him on the list.
Those three jokers in the elevator were talking.
Okay.
Those three people in the elevator that day, they were talking about Manchester and how they were so. I'm standing there listening to these three people that are fresh off an airplane, catching a train because the plane was canceled. On the elevator, just with all this.
All three of those.
I was like, you know what?
You
That's
are
the
on the
driest conversation I've ever heard. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Got old girl, Sherry Shepherd, you know, for just acting buffoonish on The View.
Marlon Wayans for 50 Shades of Black.
Marlon Wayans for 50 Shades of Black, who was the biggest buffoon. My brother, make a real movie, man. Damn, if Hollywood gives you the green light, damn, make something we could put in our rack.
Not wasted on that.
Yeah, he running around crashing the tables, all kind of shit like he's Red Skelton or some fucking body. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Who else? It was somebody else.
The Red Star.
The Red Star, Macy's, with that crazy commercial with a preview day on Friday. What the hell does that mean anyway?
They not have no preview tonight, baby. No previews tonight. It's 6 feet under.
Is that everybody?
Yeah,
I don't want to miss anybody.
This song is for you, for everybody on the Kisser list.
All right. Here's your prize, all you winners.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right. That's for everybody this week that done their thing. And we give them the official Kiss My Ass theme song. And that belongs to them, and they will be embedded in the Kiss My Ass Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Anyway, my last word is, if you don't mind me giving my last word first.
Go for it, Pop.
My last word is well wishes to my sister Corliss. I hope that she's feeling better. She fell on some sickness, a little illness, and I hope she's coming around and everything is good, and hope that she's safe in this bad weather. Everybody along the East Coast with this snow, hunker down, get comfortable. Wherever you are, wherever you're at, get comfortable where you are and be where you are. If you went somewhere early and now you're tired of that person you went to go see, I don't know, you may want to,
make it work.
You always say, yeah, I'm going to give this person on a nice snowy day. Okay, but if it don't turn out too well, your ass is stuck. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Poppa DD. What you got, Redwine?
Oh, my last word is I just want to say to all the city and state workers that are out there combating the snow that is still coming down, by the way, on the East Coast. Thank you for being so dedicated and working hard to try to get the roads and everything cleared so that we'll be able to get out whenever we can get out again. We appreciate it. And, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody be safe out there. If you don't have to drive, please don't drive. Those roads are treacherous. So if you don't have to be on the road, please stay home. Stay wherever you are. If you're not at home, wherever you are, just stay there until things are safe again. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Friday night, especially since it's a snow night in this part of the country. Where else you going? Can't go out and club tonight. So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. That's my last word. What you got, Ketel?
Well, I want to give a shout out to a few folks. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to our parent company, DC Homegrown, for keeping the lights on and keeping us safe and keeping us on the air so we can talk to you guys each and every Friday night at 9 p.m. Also, I want to give a shout out to New Orleans, NC, Cali, New Jersey, New York, and also the DMV. Please be safe. If you, like Redwine says, if you don't need to go out, don't do it. And one last word. We still looking for you, Pittsburgh. Where are you?
Yeah, where are you, Pittsburgh?
Yeah, we looking for you. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll check you out next Friday night. We're out.
All right. Say good night, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Bonsoir.
Join us next week, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time.
Oh, boy.
7 o'clock Mountain Time, and 6 o'clock on the West Coast.
Same pajama channel.
That's right.
Same pajama place.
9:15 CP time.
All right, man.
Yeah, we're out.
All right.
Thank you for joining.
Good night.
Exit stage left.
See you next week.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.